In the shadows of a world veiled in mystery, where heroes and villains dance an eternal tango, emerges a name that echoes through the annals of time: Oppenheimer. But who is he? What is he? A figure enigmatic, shrouded in conflicting tales and enigmas that will leave you breathless with anticipation. Some say he was born with the thunderous might of a tempest, a being of unparalleled power and intelligence. Others claim he is the embodiment of chaos, a malevolent force set on plunging the world into darkness. A select few whisper tales of his noble pursuits, heralding him as a hero fighting for justice in a realm plagued by malevolence. But truth, like a mirage in the desert, dances just beyond reach. With every whisper and every rumor, the enigma of Oppenheimer deepens, drawing us into a web of fascination impossible to escape. Is he a savior clad in armor of virtue, or does he wield a wickedness that defies comprehension? To discover the heart of this enigmatic figure, we must delve into the past, exploring the fragments of history, piecing together the scattered shards of truth. Join us on an enthralling journey as we unearth the secrets of Oppenheimer, peeling back the layers of his existence to reveal the essence of his being. Unravel the labyrinthine corridors of his mind, witnessing the battles that rage within, for it is in the crucible of conflict that heroes and villains are forged. Brace yourself for a roller coaster ride of emotions as you stand at the precipice of darkness and light, teetering on the edge of revelation. Will Oppenheimer rise as a beacon of hope or fall into the abyss of malevolence? The answer lies in the shadows, waiting to be discovered. Prepare to be captivated, enthralled, and astonished as we delve into the epic saga of Oppenheimer, a tale that will challenge your perceptions of heroism and villainy, leaving you questioning the very essence of humanity. Get ready to unlock the door to a world of untold wonders, where the lines between good and evil blur, and the truth lies buried beneath layers of intrigue. Watch the full video to witness the birth of a legend and the makings of a myth: Oppenheimer, the enigma that will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very last moment. Dare to embrace the unknown, for within its embrace lies the revelation that will change everything you thought you knew. Step into the heart of the storm, and let the whirlwind of Oppenheimer's tale sweep you away into an unforgettable odyssey. From his pioneering work in theoretical physics to his momentous role as the lead physicist in the top-secret Manhattan Project, we unravel the complexities of a genius torn between scientific advancement and the ethical implications of nuclear weaponry. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 had a significant impact on Robert Oppenheimer's life. As a Jew and someone who had been politically involved in helping German Jews flee the country, he was well aware of the growing threat posed by the Nazis and their anti-Semitic policies. During the war, Oppenheimer's work in theoretical physics continued, but the focus shifted due to the global conflict. He became involved in important scientific contributions related to the war effort. One of the most notable projects he was later associated with was the Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project was a top-secret research and development project undertaken by the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada during World War II to develop nuclear weapons. Oppenheimer played a crucial role as the scientific director of the Los Alamos Laboratory in New Mexico, where much of the research on atomic weapons took place. The project ultimately resulted in the successful development of the world's first nuclear weapons, and the atomic bombs were used by the United States against Japan in August 1945, leading to the end of the war. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki had far-reaching consequences and sparked intense debates over the use of nuclear weapons and the ethics of atomic warfare. After the war, Oppenheimer continued his career in physics, but he became increasingly involved in political issues, particularly in advocating for international control of nuclear weapons and promoting arms control. He played a role in the formation of the United States Atomic Energy Commission, which had oversight over nuclear energy and weapons development. However, Oppenheimer's political views and associations would eventually lead to difficulties for him during the period of the Red Scare and McCarthyism in the United States. He faced scrutiny and suspicion due to his past involvement with left-wing organizations and associations with individuals who were under suspicion for their political beliefs. In the early 1950s, Oppenheimer's security clearance was revoked by the Atomic Energy Commission after a series of hearings, in which his loyalty and trustworthiness were questioned. The decision was controversial and sparked debates over academic freedom and the impact of political ideologies on scientific careers. Despite this setback, Oppenheimer remained influential in the field of theoretical physics and continued to be respected for his contributions to science. In his later years, he served as a professor at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey, and contributed to various academic and scientific endeavors. Robert Oppenheimer passed away on February 18, 1967, leaving behind a complex legacy as a brilliant physicist, a central figure in the development of atomic weapons, and a person who faced challenges and controversies related to politics and loyalty during a tumultuous period in history. The United States remained officially neutral during the early years of the war, providing support to Britain with war materials. Germany and its allies were gaining significant control in Europe. The Manhattan Project was a research and development program initiated by the U.S. government in 1942 with the aim of developing a nuclear bomb. It involved numerous scientists and researchers across different locations, including the Los Alamos Laboratory in New Mexico, where Oppenheimer played a crucial role. Oppenheimer was appointed as the director of the Los Alamos Laboratory and led a team of eminent scientists. He was initially skeptical of being chosen for the position, but General Leslie Groves recognized his capability to lead the team effectively. The team worked on different bomb designs, including Thin Man, plutonium gun type, and Fat Man, implosion type with plutonium. The team also faced engineering and technical challenges during the design process. On July 16, 1945, the first successful test of an atomic bomb took place in the New Mexico desert. The test, codenamed Trinity, was a pivotal moment for the Manhattan Project. The success of the Trinity test led to the decision to use the atomic bomb as a weapon of war against Japan. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki took place on August 6 and 9, 1945, respectively. These bombings led to Japan's surrender and the end of World War II. While some argue that the first bomb dropped on Hiroshima was justifiable to force Japan's surrender and potentially save lives, many believe that the second bomb dropped on Nagasaki was unwarranted. There are the two sides of nuclear weapons development. On one hand, nuclear weapons have introduced an existential threat to humanity due to their destructive potential. On the other hand, they have acted as a nuclear deterrent, preventing major wars among world superpowers since 1945, as the fear of mutual destruction has led to a nuclear peace. J. Robert Oppenheimer was a key figure in the development of the atomic bomb during World War II through the Manhattan Project. After the war, he enjoyed an esteemed reputation within American academic circles and became the director of the Institute for Advanced Studies at Princeton in New Jersey. Oppenheimer held several government positions and had security clearance to access classified information related to the United States' evolving nuclear program. He was a part of the newly established Atomic Energy Commission, which aimed to regulate nuclear proliferation. Oppenheimer's opposition to the development of the hydrogen bomb, a more powerful nuclear weapon than the atomic bombs used in Japan. Despite concerns raised by Oppenheimer and other scientists, the United States proceeded with the program. The Second Red Scare, also known as McCarthyism, was a period of intense anti-communist paranoia in the United States. Oppenheimer's associations with left-wing political movements and civil liberties organizations led to suspicions and accusations during this time. He testified before the House Un-American Activities Committee and was eventually stripped of his security clearance. Following the revocation of his security clearance, Oppenheimer faced difficulties and spent time away from the United States. He purchased an estate in the Virgin Islands and received recognition and awards from foreign governments. Efforts to rehabilitate his reputation grew in the late 1950s. Overall, the text provides a glimpse into the complex and multifaceted life of J. Robert Oppenheimer, a prominent physicist who played a crucial role in shaping the nuclear age and experienced the consequences of the turbulent political climate during the Cold War. This discussion continues the aftermath of Oppenheimer's involvement in the development of nuclear weapons and his experiences during the Second Red Scare. Second Red Scare and accusations against Oppenheimer. The Second Red Scare, marked by anti-communist paranoia, deeply affected Oppenheimer. His associations with socialist and left-wing political movements, as well as civil liberties organizations, raised suspicions about his loyalty. He was under surveillance by the FBI during World War II, despite his significant contributions to the Manhattan Project. Testimony and accusations. In 1949, Oppenheimer testified before the House Un-American Activities Committee about his political associations and admitted to ties with the Communist Party, although he stated that he had never been a member. The accusations against him resurfaced in 1953, and the FBI wrongly believed that Oppenheimer was a Soviet asset. Loss of security clearance and reputation. In 1953, Oppenheimer's security clearance was revoked, and he was urged to resign from his government positions. He refused and demanded a closed-door hearing in 1954. During the hearing, he was undermined by his former colleague, Edward Teller, which led to Oppenheimer losing his security clearance and being ostracized in the mid-1950s. Academic and social struggles. The years following the security hearing were difficult for Oppenheimer. While many of his colleagues defended him, administrators at American universities were less supportive, leading to cancellations of his lectures and appearances. Oppenheimer's confidence was affected, and he refrained from active involvement in initiatives related to nuclear proliferation. Life in the Virgin Islands. Oppenheimer spent an increasing amount of time away from the United States, relocating to the Virgin Islands and purchasing an estate on Gibney Beach, now colloquially known as Oppenheimer Beach. Despite this, he continued to be invited as a guest lecturer at various institutions and organizations. Rehabilitation efforts. In the late 1950s, there were efforts to rehabilitate Oppenheimer's reputation abroad. In 1957, the French government awarded him the Legion of Honor for his wartime service, and in 1962, he became a foreign member of the Royal Society in Britain. Overall, the text provides a comprehensive account of Oppenheimer's life after the Manhattan Project, his struggles during the Second Red Scare, and the attempts to rehabilitate his reputation in later years. It highlights the complex and controversial legacy of a scientist who played a critical role in shaping the nuclear age. Robert Oppenheimer was undeniably one of the most significant individuals involved in the Manhattan Project and the development of nuclear weapons. His leadership as the director of the Los Alamos Laboratory played a pivotal role in the successful creation of the atomic bomb during World War II. However, Oppenheimer's legacy is complex. While he made great scientific advancements, his involvement in the creation of nuclear weapons also introduced an existential threat to humanity. He was deeply troubled by the implications of these weapons and advocated against the development of even deadlier ones after the war. The controversial aspect of Oppenheimer's life lies in his association with socialist and left-wing political movements, which led to suspicions about his loyalty during the Second Red Scare. The government's persecution and revocation of his security clearance were significant blows to his reputation. In the years following his death, Oppenheimer's reputation has been largely rehabilitated, and he is now recognized as one of the great scientists of modern times. His complex and influential life continues to be a subject of interest and study. Ultimately, history will remember Oppenheimer as a brilliant physicist whose work had far-reaching consequences and whose legacy is intertwined with the complex moral and ethical questions surrounding the development and use of nuclear weapons. As we bid farewell to the life and legacy of Robert Oppenheimer, we are left with a profound sense of awe and contemplation. His brilliance and moral struggles have left an indelible mark on history, compelling us to ponder the consequences of scientific innovation and the choices we make for our shared future. Let us carry the lessons of Oppenheimer's life with us, as we continue to explore the frontiers of human knowledge while treading responsibly upon the path of progress. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey, and may the legacy of Robert Oppenheimer forever inspire us to embrace the pursuit of knowledge with wisdom, compassion, and purpose.